Hi, I'm Andy, a collection specialist at Credit Sage, and my goal is to help people learn how they can remove Pioneer credit recovery from their credit report. And actually, in many cases, without paying the debt at all. So if that's you or even someone you know, I'm confident that you're going to walk away from this video knowing what the next best step is for you to take. Now, I want to say this doesn't mean that you shouldn't take action. For example, if you know or you believe that Pioneer credit recovery or any of the accounts on your credit report for that matter are the result of identity theft or have a wrong balance after you've already paid or any major issues that are really affecting your life, you may be owed a settlement. And we work with a network of local attorneys that will work on your behalf at zero cost, win or lose, in addition to getting the accounts deleted permanently. But, if no issues like that exist and you really just want the account removed from your credit report, we can absolutely help with that too. Just give us a call today. I'll throw our number in the description area below. But what I'd like to do today is I want to go through some of the most important questions that we get about this company. And the first one here I think is really important, and that is, can you be arrested or get jail time for a debt with Pioneer Credit Recovery? Now, I put this one at the top of the list because, honestly, because we get a lot of callers that are terrified that this could happen. And it makes sense. I mean, few people are really taught how credit and debt work in school, myself included. I didn't know the answer to this question until I got into the business. And fortunately, unless the debt is related to specifically unpaid taxes or unpaid child support, you cannot be arrested or get jail time. So there's no need to worry about that whatsoever. The amount of the debt doesn't matter either. You could refuse to pay $1,000 or $1 million, and you will not be arrested or get jail time. So hopefully that helps you out. So now, who is Pioneer Credit Recovery and why are they on your credit report? Well, they are what's referred to as a debt collector or credit collection agency. And what they do is they buy debts, unpaid accounts like credit cards, often for very cheap. And then they try to collect the full amount, okay? An example of this would be, let's say that you have an unpaid card with Capital One and it's $1,000. Pioneer Credit Recovery could come along and buy that debt for maybe $100. But they don't try to collect that amount. They try to collect the full $1,000 from you, which gives them a 10x return on their investment. So yeah, these companies can make a lot of money, and damaging your credit score by reporting the debt to your credit report is one of the primary strategies that they have to get you to pay. However, what many people don't know is that paying a debt on your credit report doesn't actually remove the account attached to it. That account will sit there for 7 years, damaging your score, whether it's paid or not. And, so a lot of time paying it isn't actually in your best interest. And it honestly could just be a waste of money, just to put it that way. Now, in rare cases, paying the debt can even hurt your score. So that's something to keep in mind too. Now, in addition to credit reporting, they may send scary letters. They may call a lot. They even will call your family members and colleagues. I've heard of that happening. And I should mention that if a collector has ever threatened you or harassed you during non-business hours or anything like that, again, you may be owed a lawsuit. So that's another case you want to give us a call so we can connect you with a local specialist that will take action quickly. Should you negotiate a settlement with Pioneer Credit Recovery? Yeah, so settling your debt with Pioneer Credit Recovery kind of depends on your goal. If you're wanting to improve your credit score, paying isn't really the best option. Why do I say that? Because, as I mentioned before, even if you pay the collection, it will remain on your credit report for 7 years, damaging your score that whole time. Instead, we always recommend working with an expert to, like us, to review these accounts. And if certain issues exist, then the accounts may be removed entirely. And this is a win-win. You won't have to waste money paying a debt that won't help your score, and the negative account gets removed from your report. So it's perfect. Okay, let's see here. Which leads into the next question. How do you remove Pioneer Credit Recovery from your credit report? So the Fair Credit Reporting Act gives every person the power to challenge information on the report. Okay. Now, let me say the knowledge required to do that is a bit more involved than it might seem. That's not to say that you shouldn't learn how to do it, but be prepared. You may spend weeks, maybe months, learning how to do it properly. However, if you hire a professional to handle it for you, you can ensure it's done properly the first time, for starters, and you save yourself the hassle of having to learn how to do it yourself. We've dealt with Pioneer Recovery accounts many times, and they regularly have issues. And we've helped numerous clients deal with them, and we'd be happy to take care of it for you as well if you'd prefer. How can you get Pioneer Credit Recovery to stop calling you? As I mentioned, Pioneer Credit Recovery will be calling you. It's their attempt to collect the debt they've purchased, which means the only reason they'll stop calling you is if you settle your debt with them, or you work with a company like ours to potentially have them removed from your report altogether. Will Pioneer Credit Recovery try suing or garnishing my wages? Them suing is unlikely. It can happen, it does happen, but really in our experience, it's kind of rare. And really, I think because there's a lot of laws around how long they can sue for, what they can do if they win, and it's just kind of a long process. However, you don't have to risk it. If we're able to find certain issues with the account, then they won't be able to collect it all, which is another benefit of using an expert. What are my rights when dealing with Pioneer Credit Recovery? Yeah, you have the right to dispute any of your debt that Pioneer Credit Recovery has purchased. Pioneer Credit Recovery is governed by the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, the FDCPA. And as I mentioned before, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, or FCRA. Now, these acts can seem kind of complicated, but they provide a great deal of power to the consumer if you know how to use it properly. Now, again, if you don't have time to research these acts, that's not a problem. Give us a call today and we can discuss your options. Again, you'll find our number in the description below, and we look forward to talking with you. Thanks again.